Today is the last day of swearing in. I have taken my oath, and we are getting set for the 12th Parliament. There's a lot that's been said about the 11th Parliament. What's for sure is that, in my view, because I have been leading one side of the House, it has honestly not lived to the expectations of Ugandans. See, the vision of this Parliament here is to be a people-centered Parliament. As somebody who's been in this House for 5 years, I admit we have not been people-centered. The kind of laws that we have passed, you know, the corruption that has been at this Parliament, many of the things that we have been doing in this Parliament, the laws passed, the budgets and so on, they have not been people-centered. Let's see what the 12th Parliament gets to be like. It probably will be tougher, but let's wait and see. My call, and especially to our colleagues on the NRM side, let's be truly people-centered. This is not an opposition thing. Yeah? When we are passing budgets, when we are passing laws, let's not pass laws targeting individuals. Let's pass laws for the good of the country. If it is a budget, and that's why for us to normally have been producing an alternative budget, let it be a budget that is people-centered, not a budget that is, pushing through the whims and fancies of some particular people.
You haven't pronounced yourself as your position on the speakership position. Are you planning to support whoever comes for speakership?
And of course, what's for sure is that our colleagues on the NRM side have got a majority of the numbers. And what that means is that the Speaker and Deputy Speaker get to come from their side. And that's why we have steered clear of that race and all the drama. We have been watching the drama from the sidelines. But our hope is that our colleagues in the NRM, because they've got the numbers, we want them to give us leaders that are really people-centered. Leaders that are concerned about the people. Leaders that are going to be accountable. This Parliament has not been accountable. There's been a lot of corruption in this Parliament. We've been talking about these things. I've spoken my voice hoarse about these issues until they began to target me. They tried to bring a law targeting Ssenyonyi because of speaking out and so on. We hope that the leadership we shall get, whoever it gets to be, will respect the will of the people, that will respect the opposition side. Yes, because we might be the minority, but the minority have got to have their say as well. That's very important. Well, we are all watching. Everyone knows the history I've had with the Speaker when I was Kosasa chairperson. You all were following the fights there were, because I was saying I want to do my job of holding government accountable and entities, and there was back and forth, Speaker saying leave this one, and all this was in the public. The Uganda Airlines, and everyone was saying I don't like the woman. Then people were saying Ssenyonyi doesn't like the Speaker. Even when it became law, I began to out the corruption and so on, together with other people who were part of that process of the exhibition and all. They said, you people don't like the Speaker. I said, no, what I like is accountability. It doesn't matter who it is. Yeah. But as we keep saying, the chickens are coming home to roost. Let's see what happens. Kati nga tuyingidde Parliament ye-12. Mbadde leader of opposition mu Parliament ye-11. Kakati eno Parliament ye-12 tenafuna bukulembeze. Tenafuna Speaker, tenafuna Deputy Speaker, tenafuna leader of opposition ne ba committee chairpersons. So nze nalabye nga kinkakatako okuhandinga over office kubanga sigiriimu kaakano. Okay, nga nino giwaayo eri clerk yavunaanyizibwa era ne bannange Speaker ne Deputy Speaker mbakubiriza bakole kyekimu. Oli ne wagamba nti naye nsuubira ngenda kudda mu office eyo. Well, linda akalulu ka 25. Bw'onoddamu okulondebwa nga byonna bikuddizibwa naye n'abalala bayinza okuyingira zi office ezo. So kikulu ne twandinga over. So now hand over. This is the letter. And yes, so olunaku olwaleero lwelusembayo okulayira kuba ekirayiro kyange nga netekeratekera Parliament eno eddako. Parliament ye-11 gye tumaliriza ebyaddala tebadde nnyo ku nsonga z'abantu. Ge mazima kuba gibaddemu ebbanga lino lyonna ng'eri ku byayo. Kati okusoomooza kunene n'ebirala bituze tulaba mu Parliament ye-11, obubbi obulyako obubadde mu Parliament yaffe eno. Nzize mbyogerako, bwe natandika okubyogerako ne batandika n'okuntagetinga nga Ssenyonyi. Ne baagala n'okuleeta etteeka nga litagetinga nze mulijjukira. Lwakwogera nga bannange tutereeze ensonga zino tulina okukola ekituufu. Okusoomooza kwe tulina Parliament y'e12 okulaba nti covision yaffe kubeera people centered, ensonga ez'abantu ng'amateeka ge tuyisa gakuyamba bantu si kunyigiriza bantu sekinoomu ti kati etteeka lino litagetinga ono lino ligenderera ono n'ebirala bwe bityo nga bwe bibadde. Abo NRM balina ennamba era nga be bagenda okuleeta speaker ne deputy speaker. Ffe tubadde mabbali nga tulengerera mu kamooli akavuyo ke tubadde tulengera embiranye n'ebirala nga tubirengerera ku side. Naye katusubire nti abantu bagenda okuleeta abakulembeze bajja kubeera abakulembeze b'amazima nga tebabba ssente y'omusolo nga bwe kibadde, nga bali accountable, nga bawa ekitiibwa amaloboozi agaffe abali ku opposition newankubadde tuli batono. Tulina okutambulira ku mateeka. Amateeka kikulu nnyo. Kati for example olunaku olwaleero nze mpandiise ebbaluwa nga ngiwandiikira office ya clerk nga handinga over office eya leader of the opposition. Kubanga bwe maliriza okulayira Parliament bwe tumaliriza okulayira tewali bukulembeze, tewali speaker, tewali deputy speaker, tewali leader of opposition ne ba committee chairpersons bonna tebannabeerawo. Kati wali alina kubeera mu office. So mpandiise ebbaluwa era n'emmotoka gye nzize nayo eya gavumenti eya office n'abasirikale bonna ngenda baleka wano, ngenda bahandinga over office ya clerk kubanga kati siri leader of opposition. Just like ne speaker taliiwo. Tugenda ku Parliament egenda kunula speaker nga 25 kati tewali ali mu office ya speaker, tewali ali mu office ya deputy speaker, tewali ali mu office ya leader of opposition. Era ne bannange mbasaba office bazihandinge over, handinga over office amamotoka abasirikale naki kubanga bonna tebatuvunaanyizibwako. So kati nze abange ebyange byonna ngenda birekaano, ngenda bihandinga over bwe kirina okubeera amateeka bwe galina okubeera, so si kulemerako. N'abamu abalowooza nti naye kyasuubira nze ngenda okubeera well ne bw'obanga osuubira nti ko kyagenda okubeera naye mu kaseera kano toli sooka ohandinge over paka ng'ozzeemu okulondebwa. Sinakindi wayinza n'okubeera abakulembeze abalala mu bifo ebyo ebyenjawulo naye kikulu nnyo ne tuhandinga over. Tulina otambulira ku mateeka, ensonga eyo nkulu nnyo. Yes, today after swearing in I'm handing over the office of the leader of the opposition to the accounting officer who is the clerk to Parliament. I'm also handing over the government car that is attached, the car that is attached to the office of the leader of the opposition and the security attached to that office. Because as we speak right now, I'm not leader of the opposition. I've been leader of opposition in the 11th Parliament. This now is the 12th Parliament. The 12th Parliament does not yet have a speaker, a deputy speaker, a leader of opposition, and even committee chairpersons. So that's why it's important that we hand over all of these, attachments that come with our offices. And I'm hoping that my colleagues, the one who has been speaker, the one who has been deputy speaker, will also hand over. Because right now they are not. Parliament is going to elect a speaker and deputy on 25th. So between now and 25th, there is no speaker. There is no deputy speaker. There is no leader of the opposition. So no one, we all should hand over these offices. Even when somebody says, but I get the feeling I might still be the one to occupy that office. Wait until that time. For now, you are not. Wait until 25th. If you get re-elected, then you can get back all that comes with those offices. Do you think you're bouncing back as a that's really not up to me. So the party organ called the National Executive Committee is the one that will make that determination.